Product line and product mix. You need to know the difference between a product line and a product mix. You also need to be familiar with the product life cycle: introduction, growth, maturity, and decline. Lastly, what is a brand? Why is packaging important? What's a label? That's it for Chapter 11. Chapter 9 is Global Markets. Here's the quick and dirty overview. You need to know the methods for conducting international business and the barriers. First, be familiar with the environment in global markets. There's a term that pops up that you need to know: GDP, or gross domestic product. Balance of trade. You should know if we import more than we export, we have a trade deficit. If we export more than we import, which we really have not done, we'd have a surplus. Trade agreements. The one that we were part of is NAFTA, which you should be familiar with. It was replaced by the USMCA. You need to know what countries are involved: US, Canada, and Mexico. Also, the European Union. This is where the euro came from. Lastly, you should be familiar with the WTO, or World Trade Organization, and GATT, the General Agreement on Tariffs and Trade. Methods: import-exporting, trading companies, licensing and franchising, contract manufacturing, joint ventures, and last but not least, direct foreign investment. You should also know that those corporations that practice direct foreign investment are referred to as multinational. You should also know what is dumping. Last big topic from this chapter is the difference between customization and globalization. Now, companies that practice globalization treat every market the same. The ones that use customization tailor their product and practices to whatever area they're in. That's it for Chapter 9. Chapter 8. Business markets and buying behavior. This is going to be short. What's the business market? And the different types of customers: producers, resellers, government, and institutions. What does the term reciprocity mean? The different types of business purchases: new task, straight rebuy, and modified rebuy. One of the major differences between consumer purchases and business purchases is that frequently in business, the decision is made by a group, not one person. You should be familiar with the buying center and who's in it. Users, influencers, buyers, deciders, and gatekeepers. That is the major thing you should know from Chapter 8. Chapter 7 is is the last chapter to be covered. From this chapter, you simply need to know the consumer buying process, problem recognition, information search, etc. Also the term cognitive dissonance. You should also be familiar with those things that may impact consumer buying, like situational, psychological. The term perception you should be familiar with. Maslow's hierarchy of needs is also in this chapter. Make sure you're familiar with that in the stages, what they are, and in the right order. Social influences also. And that's about it. Now, as I told you, 85% of the final is going to be on the chapters I just talked about. The remaining 15% will be on things you need to know to get out of a marketing class, like what is marketing? What are the 4 P's of the marketing mix? What's a target market segment? In customer relationship marketing. Okay, that pretty much wraps up this short video. Good luck.